Welcome back to the farm. A quick update. It's early morning. I've already been out, fed round bales to the cows, one to the sheep. It's getting that time of the year, middle or late part of October. An update on the sawmill shed. What I will do is turn the camera around and show you what I need to get done today. This is Wednesday. Friday I'm supposed to receive the tin for the roof to get that done. But let me, like I said, let me turn the camera around and give you an update on what's happening on the farm. So if you remember, we needed to, at the other end of this alleyway or building or side shed, there was a gate that led into the other pasture. We pulled the gate down. It's laying on the ground right there, and I had Emily, my oldest daughter, help me with the tractor. We've got a shaver fence post driver, and we drive the posts in the ground. Let me show you the pillars and what we did wrong in the installation of this. Of course, I pulled the string to square everything up for the foundation, but what I did not do was go back when we put the cement tubes into place, and I lined up this one closest to me and the one at the other end, but we didn't do the three in the middle. What was I thinking? We needed to pull the string and line all of that up. Anyway, you don't have much wiggle room with 8-inch posts and a 12-inch concrete pillar to set them on. But anyway, like I said previously, we're going to fill this in, level it off with gravel, put a concrete slab. So we were able to make everything work. There was some metal I had laying around here. We went ahead and fastened that to the pillar, to the post. Each one of them's got a bracket holding it. Now keep in mind, I drilled a hole in the center, centered each post with a piece of rebar, so there's a peg up through the bottom of the post and through the pillar itself. So we got that done. All of the rafters, the furring strips are up, waiting on the tin. Now for the gate. Let's get the gate put back into place. Like I said, we have a fence post driver that hooks onto the tractor. I drove this post, and this will be where we'll have the gate latch when it swings shut. It'll catch it. And then on this end, we're going to hang the gate on the fence post instead of on the side of the shed, side of the barn like it was in the first place. But I'm going to go down through this old fence to the T-post, take all of the clips off, and then we'll take, and I'll show you how I pull it tight, and then nail that woven wire back to the posts. And it's an ongoing, fencing is an ongoing thing here at the farm. All the chickens are out already, trying to find what they can find, if any bugs. Look like they're having a healthy helping of grass. Catch it while it's green as well. So I will go ahead and turn this camera off, get all the post clips, and then we'll tune back in when we're ready to stretch the wire. There's the sheep. The cows were bawling like crazy, so I had to go ahead and feed them. Inside the barn, a really wet year, and all of my bottom bales are wet and got moldy. I'm going to figure something out here to keep moisture from getting on the hay. So the basics of the bracing on this post is when you take and pull it tight, it'll push this brace that way. When you take and pull the wire, it'll hold the wire tight by bracing it up that way, more support. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is, there's a number of ways to stretch this wire. On this project, I used two different types of fence stretcher. The goldenrod, usually golden color. This one's red though. And then this rope pulley stretcher, that is the post where we will put the gate latch. That's where the gate will fasten to and swing out from. The hinge side is right here. What I do when I pull woven wire, I make it so I can get a toe underneath the bottom of the wire. That helps for weed eating if you have to weed eat very often. And then stapled it to the fence post on both posts, okay? And sometimes I will do on the end post every wire going down, and then every other wire on the second post back. Now what I'll do is relieve the tension, wrap this around to where I can clip it, wire the ends back to the wire right here itself, and then I'll get the T-post clips and fasten that up, and then we'll be done. Let's watch the baby lamb, see what it's up to. Must have found water inside that old, it's an ATV rim, and it's sitting on a cutoff that runs, I've got an underground water line. That's the cutoff location, and it runs all the way out to the pasture past the barn to the other stock tank that I have out there. That way it keeps my water line from freezing up. Okay, so let me get this taken loose, wired up, and then I'll be right back. Okay, I got the wire in, cut, stapled. Fix this camera. The twist ties made on the ends. Something I want to share with you. I guess I was 12, 13 years old and hunting down on the Snake River back in Payette, Idaho, and I found these fencing pliers, and they were just all rust. And I dropped them in a bucket of motor oil and let them set for a long time, and every once in a while I'd pull them out, play with them, and started working them loose. And I've used these pliers here in Tennessee on every fencing project that I come across, and multi-tool for pulling out staples. You can grab your wire and be able to tighten it up. Not a real good example there, but if I wanted to tighten this wire up, I could take it and use it that way to pull it and then staple it. But it's been a real handy pair of it was a good tool. We ended up buying a second pair that are not quite as nice or tough as these, so I always prefer these. Let me show you the fence stretchers in case you're getting into homesteading, building some fence. This particular fence stretcher, it does not have a name on it. Working load 250 pounds, but you can hook a chain to this end, wrap it around your post and tighten it, or hook it right to the wire. Well, it says it's made in St. Louis, Missouri. It is Durban Durco Inc. And on this end, you can hook it around the wire or whatever you're pulling, or you can grab the wire and pull it tight and stretch it that way. So I'm going to assume this is made by Durban Durco as well. And with the handle all the way flat, you can slide it out. But it's made to where this levers closes in on your wire, and it's the same on the other end. But I'll use it again to stretch the barbed wire across the top. So now I'll go ahead and turn the camera off. You probably don't want to watch all of this, but take the post clips, T-post clips, clip the wire pull the barbed wire strand across the top, and then I'll be ready to hang the gate back on the hinge pins, and we'll be close to being done on this project. Sure, a lot of noise out here on the barnyard with all the chickens and the rooster chasing the hens. Sometimes because of rocks, your posts don't drive exactly where you want them to. So I'm going to have to overcome and adapt in hanging of this gate. And you can see at the other end, they're threaded all the way through the gate pins. So I'm happy with that, but that post that the gate is hanging from, I couldn't drive it any further into the ground. Very rocky soil here. So as it pushed it down and went away, it gave me a better than a 4-inch gap here. So what I'm going to do is screw that treated 4x4 to the post, and then you'll see the installation of the coal-line sure latch, which just about every gate I have here on the farm has got that sure latch in there. And I really like the sure latch, and as you watch and see how it operates, maybe you will like it too. Hello, baby. The sheep are freaking out. They're thinking I'm going to close them off. So they've been paying attention to what I've been doing. The way this latch works, when the gate is closed, it rides up on the ramp, and it's putting pressure on this post as well when it's closed, and that stops a lot of your sagging gates. Now, what I was just looking at, the gate pin that fits into the latch is just barely touching the depth of this latch itself. And I'm not sure if I like that or not. I think I'll go find something to shim up, put on the back side of this as a spacer. All right, I got a piece of pine shim board. job is complete. Welcome back to the farm. Today is Sunday afternoon after church, and give you an update on the side shed for the sawmill. And yesterday it rained all day and I kept waiting for the weather to clear out, so I ended up just putting the tin roof on and finished about 6:30, just at dark. Finished at dark last night, but finally got it up. I put tar paper down. It was a 30-pound felt, and then put the tin roof on. Let's walk a little further out and then you'll be able to see. I did get white tin that was 14 foot long, and of course it matches the rest of the barn. The chickens are going crazy. They lay an egg and they want to tell the world about it. And well, I guess you really can't see it from here. Just see the edge of it, but got it up there. I need to go back up. I didn't get it screwed down properly or all the way. I fastened it to make sure that the wind or anything else wouldn't tear it up until I got back out this afternoon. Finished screwing it down, finished that off. Trying to think where I left off at. I'm gonna fix this tripod. And I know on the last episode, I don't know if this will be number 4 or number 5. It depends on how long that they run. The episode that you had just seen, or the episode that you saw just Saturday morning, was where I was pulling the lumber out of the solar kiln, taking it to the sawmill to resaw it down to 7 inches wide. And that was for the rafters, and it's difficult keeping up with all these videos, making sure that you keep up to date on what we're doing here on the farm. Hopefully I had mentioned before, this is a 4th generation working farm. We do have sheep on it now. Of course you've seen the sheep, the cattle. We're already feeding hay to the cattle. And a lot of history behind that. Maybe one day I'll make a video talking about the history of this farm. And but like I said, I'm going to get up on top of the side shed, finish putting more screws in it, and then get a log onto the sawmill and start sawing up. I'm going to do a board batten on the side for half of the sawmill shed, and for storage, thinking about a load of gravel, flattening, you know, putting it in the area, preventing any muddy spots and high spots, low spots. But I think I need to put some gravel in there, start working it down, compacting it, and I've got a kitten at my feet. Come here. This is CC. All the time I come out to the pasture, she wants to visit. But I'd like to have a concrete slab all the way through the building, so we'll work on getting that done probably in the spring. But I want the gravel right now to hopefully level out. We can start compacting that down, getting ready for the concrete. Anyway, from me and CC, CC stands for Construction Cat. You had seen her in the solar kiln build. Every time I was out here building the solar kiln, she was out here helping, and I don't think she's afraid of anything. I had the skill saw, the hammers going, and she just didn't care. But anyway, thanks for watching, and stay tuned for what's happening next here on the farm. Say hi. And of course, this is not a house cat. CC is a farm barn, just an outdoor kitten that likes a lot of attention. Ain't that right?